What's up, fellow gamers? Kevin J2010 here, welcoming you back to some more Super Mario Sunshine. In the last episode, we started the game and not much really happened. To do a spin jump, you rotate the joystick, press the A button, pretty easy. Jumping in we go, and Mario's in a weird position, which is something I love doing in this game, is having a weird position as you go in there. Bianco Hills is the first level in the game. Road to the Big Windmill, Episode 1. Let's go. So, alright. Bianco Hills, Road to the Big Windmill. Basically, everything is done a la Super Mario 64, and this is when I'm finally going to start talking about the problem with this game. This game has a big problem with keeping Super Mario 64's design, like layout and game mechanics. Not game mechanics, what's the word I'm looking for? They use the same layout and gameplay, but not the controls, obviously, because they added the flood and everything into this game. But in this game, they kept the same ideas as Super Mario 64, the whole thing with the... They kept all the, yeah, you go into paintings and stuff and whatever. Now, as we go through it, you'll realize that this game, it's like so bad because they screwed up. So, they did such a bad job. Ah, Jesus. I gotta get that blue coin before it disappears. It's gonna disappear. Anyway. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is, you can't do that with Super Mario 64 because what really screwed it up is they have less worlds, and with less worlds that means they kept the exact same numbers and everything. Like they still said like, okay, I need a good camera angle here. We're gonna have 120 shines in this time instead of stars because, you know, Mario's not known about, like, I don't think of stars when I think of Mario. I can think of anything. I just decided to think of shines. We're just going to think of items for things for people to collect. Anyway, I'm just trying to say that, basically, what I did to make, oh my god, why can I not control Mario? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, what they screwed up with is, with less levels and 120 shines, it totally ruins what made Super Mario 64 good. Because Super Mario 64 was about looking around, trying to find stars wherever you could. But in this game, you get shines for everything. And it's like, okay, cool, get shines for everything. Fine, whatever. But what they really screwed up on, what they then screwed up on, is the shines don't even matter. That's kind of giving away what happens in the game. But the shines legitimately don't matter in the game. Like, they legitimately don't matter to the story or anything, even though they clearly do matter to the story because they put it in the dang game. Like, oh my god. Okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to say you can't like this game. The game isn't bad per se. It's okay at best, in my opinion. It's not good. Well, it's good. It's a good game, but it's not... In my opinion, it's legitimately nothing special. In my opinion, it's legitimately nothing special because they didn't do anything new. They tried to keep the Super Mario 64 design, but with, like... They tried to keep the Super Mario 64 layout, but with, like, really crappy... Like, okay, so people complained that we had too many levels, so we're gonna have more levels apparently. I don't know who complained about anything in Super Mario 64. That game, I feel, has the perfect balance. The game has just enough. I feel that game has just enough of everything that that is not a problem. Like, how many worlds were in Super Mario 64? 15, right? 15 is like the perfect number because you don't stay in a world too long that it gets monotonous and you keep coming back to the same world. And that's good. And I'm really glad that they did that. Sure, yeah, some of the level ideas double up and fine, whatever. But instead of saying, okay, we'll come up with new ideas, they said, okay, we're going to just release the same we're going to do the same thing, but with even less worlds. And that was the problem. Releasing it with with less worlds didn't solve the problem because it's so bad. The biggest problem with it is how it just once the shines did not become a point in the story, because in this game it's more about Shadow Mario. It's more about beating the game rather than getting all the shines. Because in Super Mario 64, how do you open the doors? You get stars to open the doors. That's a good thing. That makes you want to go, hey, I need 11 stars to open that door. Where am I going to find them? And that's good. But Super Mario 64 turned around and said, oh, you don't even need the shines. But that's the story of the game. One of the main plot points they try to get across is that we need to restore the shines to the Shine Gate. But they don't care. The game doesn't care about that. The game wants you to collect all... It's really bad. The game wants you to... It's so bad. The game wants you to collect the shines for no reason other than game progression. Other than the fact that you need to get to the 7th mission, because getting to the 7th mission unlocks the next world. Which, to me, is even more stupid, because you have to do the 7th mission in every world. It should be about playing the game and having fun. Not like, it's like, God, I hate that world. I'm going to try doing that world, or that world, or that world. And that's what I liked about Super Mario 64, is that when you wanted to beat a world, you just go do it when you want to. Like, or when a mission you run into is too hard. And I like that. I like that idea. But at the same time, in this game, there's a lot of levels that are hard, but you never have to touch them because it's not even required. What did the 120 shines even give you? Nothing. And that was my biggest problem, is how shines legitimately gave you nothing. Like, sure, in Super Mario 64, you can make the same argument about getting all 120 stars, but you needed at least 70 to progress the game. But it's just like, are you serious? Are you seriously trying to tell me that Super Mario 64, like, are you trying to tell me like this game has good story and progression if collecting all freaking 12 of them, what am I trying to say? If collecting, how many shines is it? I think it's 49 if you don't do any sequence breaks or anything. If you don't do any sequence breaks, you beat the last level with, you will get to the final level with 49 stars, which isn't even half. That is 11 stars short of half. And to me, that's when I get mad, because it's like you legitimately don't even have to like play the game. Because it's like, that's what the game was based on. The game was based on collecting stars, and I liked it. I liked having a mission and having to figure out how you're supposed to complete it in this world, and it puts you in a nice place. I like that. Super Mario Sunshine, I feel like the game, it's decent level design. It's not even as good as Super Mario 64, I'd say. I'd say 64 has better level design. But it's just this, I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about it a lot more because there's a lot of other things that this game does wrong. It's not just the fact that there's less stars or shines in this case. It's not just the fact that there's less things to collect. There's actually a lot of things that go into it for me. That's just one of the big ones. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this LP. I'm not saying I don't like this game. I'm just trying to talk about people who think this game is better than Super Mario 64. And everyone's entitled to their opinions. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that I really don't see why people will say this game is better than Super Mario 64. Because Super Mario 64 was, like, designed near perfectly. But wow, I'm stupid. Anyway. But Super Mario 64, but this game, I should say, was designed with Super Mario 64 in mind, but trying to be original by putting it into, like, a whole new locale and stuff and everything. Why do you think they went back to it in Super Mario Galaxy? They started saying how many stars you needed and stuff. It's because a lot of people didn't like this game at first. And I'm not going to go into that whole thing. It's like, everyone only likes this game because Chuck Conroy LP'd it and he made it all popular. I won't deny, when I was really into his videos, that was one of the reasons why I started playing this game again. And I'm not trying to disagree with him just to disagree with him. I just honestly don't like this game. And, well, like, I keep contradicting myself. I like this game. I do enjoy playing it. It's not like it's a bad game, necessarily, but when he said multiple times throughout that LP that that he likes this game more than Super Mario 64, it's his favorite Mario game, and whatever, and that's his opinion. But I feel a lot of people started agreeing with him just because he said that. And to be honest, that's really stupid, because this game has a lot of flaws, and compared to every other Mario game before and after this one, it's really bad. And that's all I'm trying to say, is that this game lacks the layout and like smooth gameplay of Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 did it right, and Super Mario Sunshine did it wrong, and I'll explain it more as we get into more shines that explain what I'm trying to get at. Like, I think this game has even more, like, repeat missions than Super Mario 64. And, like, I don't even care if Super Mario 64 had more or less. If Super Mario 64 had more or less of the same, of worlds that were similar or had the same music or something. I don't care if it has similar worlds or anything. At least they don't have too many repeating ideas. Like, yeah, they do red coin missions, but red coin missions were fun because you had to play with the gimmicks of the levels. This game, red coins, this game's even worse for red coins, so you can't even mention red coins. I talk more about, I like to talk more about, certain other missions in this game and in that game. Because that game, repeat missions were only, like, the bully missions and the 2 Koopa the Quick missions. Like, the red coin missions, yeah, but it was nice that everyone was kind of original. This game, we'll talk about that more, too. But anyway, that'll all come in due time. I don't want to try to rant on too much, because we just got another shot sprite! I'm not sure what this LP is going to be, if it's going to be super serious or super derpy, but it's going to be something, let me tell you. And I'm going to rather enjoy this project. Save and continue. But there is one other thing I want to say real quick, because I do have time. We're going to do another level in Bianco Hills. I'd just like to say, well, we can move on. Okay, you can move on to the next world before you get to episode 7, but if you want to get to the final boss, you have to get to episode 7 in every world, and it's really stupid. Because, personally, as I'm trying to say here, there's a lot of shines, much like in Super Mario 64, there's a lot of stars, or shines in this game's case, that aren't in the levels that you can collect. But once you realize that, like, getting any other shine that isn't in this game, that isn't in a level, it takes away the point of collecting them. Yeah, I understand that people will like playing games 100% just to play a game 100%, but I feel a game should almost feel like you have choices and options and you want to do what you want, and that's what made Super Mario 64 so good, is that you had choices. You didn't have to just keep doing the same worlds. You could. It was always amazing when you found a star or a shine, in this case, outside of the world, outside of a level. But that's the problem. You can only find them, you can find them anywhere, and that's what made that game good. But what made this game bad is the fact that you have to search. You have to search inside the levels if you want to actually progress the game, and it takes away that feeling when you get a new shine in this game. Because I remember when I first played this game, every time I got a shine, I was always like, yeah, I got a new one. It was so cool, man. It was so freaking cool. But then you realize it doesn't achieve anything, and that was my problem. Whereas in Super Mario 64, anytime you got a star from anywhere, it was cool. Welcome to our first Flood this mission. We are Shadow Mario stole our Flood. What are we going to do? Basically, that's this game trying to pay homage to Super Mario 64 again, where you actually have to learn how to play without using the hover nozzle to save you all the time, which is something I'm rather glad they did. These levels I actually really do enjoy. I just feel they do it too much. Anyway, and you're going to expect to see me die on these a lot? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I believe you can knock down these pegs. I like the noise it makes, but anyway. Anyway, these things are going to try to push you off, but if you run fast enough, they won't knock you off, because this is the first flood of this mission, so it's rather easy. I like the guy in the back who's like... I do like that. I do like acapella beats. Acapella beats. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm too into it. I'm sorry. Oh, where am I today? Where am I recording Super Mario Sunshine? Where am I? Anyway. Do I have time for one more Bianco Hill? Yes, I do. What we're going to do real quickly in Bianco Hills, which is the first level in the game. My other problem with this is that A little bit of spoiler alert, every level in this game doesn't have that much of a theme to it. Although, some people do enjoy the idea of if the whole place has a theme, and then there's like a theme within it. This place is supposed to be about vacation and the tropics and stuff, which was like their thing during the GameCube, because that's during the GameCube Game Boy Advance era, because that's what Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire was based on too, was the tropics and stuff. But it's supposed to be like an island vacation and a resort. So it's kind of cool that like people thought like, hey, it's gonna be like a resort, so we're gonna we're gonna make every level based on things that you would find at a resort/amusement park sort of thing. So I guess like people can like that, and that's one thing I can agree with them on. But admittedly, it really hurt them because they ran out of ideas rather quickly. And again, that's what I said is a big problem with this game, is that having less worlds did not help. If they were gonna have less worlds, they shouldn't have gone with 120 stars or shines, whatever. The problem is I'm gonna try talking about Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine together, and the problem is that both those games have different collectibles. Anyway, inside the floodless missions, if you come back again, it will no longer become floodless, and you can, you know, recreate the easiest mission from Super Mario 64. What? I was pressing up to get off, and then I never got off. I guess it's not up to get off now, is it? I guess it was like jump or something. I don't know. But whatever. Whatever. Inside the floodless missions, they become flood full. No. Okay, lift. Okay. Anyway, they become floodful missions, and inside the floodful missions, they throw in a red coin mission. And this is when you realize that this game already has more red coin missions. Oh! Did you see that? I nearly died. But I didn't die. Oh. Okay, I did. I'm so stupid. See, as I said, I'm going to die on these a lot. But I do. Anyway, inside these level missions, there's a red coin mission, and there's going to be a red coin mission that's already a part of the level itself, and there's a red coin mission in, no joke, every single world that has a floodless mission. In every single floodless mission, there's a red coin mission that goes along with it. And it's a problem. I should start moving the camera, because that helps. Not L targeting, but L aiming. L centering is good. Oh, no, I pressed the A button, and he don't A button jump button. I'm gonna end the episode right after I win this, but I'm gonna win it. I'm got a minute to win it. Come on, run, for the love of God, run! No! Oh, I made it. Okay. I'm not dying this time. This time I got it. I keep forgetting. I forgot I had flood. Okay, no more dying. I forgot I had flood. Right as I nearly die. Anyway, as you can see, you do have a time limit to get them, so it's slightly better than Super Mario 64 because there's a time limit to the red coin missions. Nah, I'm not trying to make fun of any specific person with that one. I'm just saying it's stupid. It is stupid that they put red coin missions everywhere in this game. I don't think it's good. I think it's actually really like lazy design. Super Mario 64, they were like, man, how do we take Mario and turn it into a 3D game? They could have just made Super Mario 3D Land, but they didn't. They made something original, and that's what I like about it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I did not think I was going to make that. Where's the last one? I missed one. Oh, no. No, well, I didn't die necessarily. No. Ah! Well, that's a great way to die. I think I just got a game over, didn't I? No, I didn't. Okay, good. I was afraid that I got a game over. I have one stock. I have one life left. Okay, so Are you serious? I'm so stupid. Ah, that's something. That is. Oh yeah, I'm so good at this game. Anyway. Alright, we made it back. I actually had to recollect a star and everything. I realized something. The triple jump in this game looks exactly like the triple jump you get after you get 120. What is happening after you get the 120 stars in Super Mario 64? So I guess that they're paying homage to the game that way, because they realize that they screwed up this game so much. Nah. I'm not gonna hate on this game like all the time, but I just have. I didn't realize that that kills you. That's funny. Anyway, nah, I just have a lot to say on the subject. Okay, I have a lot to say on the subject. Okay, because I think that people who like this game are not stupid, mind you. I don't think any less of you if you like this game. It's just people who say it's the greatest and it's so much better than Super Mario 64. I would like people in the comments, please. I gotta stop talking. People in the comments, please explain to me why you like this game more than Super Mario 64. Don't say the graphics, because graphics to me are never a good argument. Never ever a good argument because, well, it's like you're comparing N64 to GameCube. Oh Jesus. Comparing N64 to GameCube. That is not an argument because the N64 wasn't powerful enough. You can't expect them to have beautiful graphics. I won't deny this game has beautiful graphics. It does. And a lot of people will say that Super Mario 64 doesn't have good graphics, even for N64 standards. And in a way, I can kind of agree. I was watching Game Grumps and they were like, it hasn't aged well. I personally disagree. I still think the game is really good and definitely it's starting to become underrated. Like, I feel like Super Mario 64 is suddenly getting underrated. It's suddenly getting like it used to have the Ocarina of Time treatment, and now everyone's like, Galaxy Man, it's way better. But I have a lot to say on the subject. Oh boy. Okay. And we get the final red corn. Yeah, I made a Donna Bell's reference there. I haven't watched her videos in like ever. To be totally honest, I've watched like, oh, no. Good one, game. Good one, trying to kill me like that. Good one. Good one, trying to pull a fast one on me. Trying to pull a fast one. I will take your one up, and then I will grab this shine. And as you can probably guess, I'll be talking about how bad this game, how awful this game is all the time. But as I said, it's very weird. But we'll talk about that more in the next episode, and we'll maybe have fails and funny stuff. So I'll see you guys all in the next episode, where we'll be continuing on with Bianca Hills and stuff. And yeah, so see you all later.